Let's take a big picture look at what's going on here. Over the next decade, 2 decades, it is expected that there will be $150 billion worth of oil and gas extracted off your coast. It's an extraordinary figure, but think of it in practical terms. That means, according to many experts, more than 2 billion tons of carbon emissions will come from your seabed, from those reserves, and be released into the atmosphere. I don't know if you, as a head of state, went to the COP in Dubai.
Let me stop you right there. Do you know that Guyana has a forest forever that is the size of England and Scotland combined? A forest that stores 19.5 gigatons of carbon? A forest that we have kept alive? A forest that we have kept alive.
Does that give you the right? Does that give you the right to release all of this carbon?
Does that give you the right to lecture us on climate change? I am going to lecture you on climate change because we have kept this forest alive that stores 19.5 gigatons of carbon that you enjoy, that the world enjoy, that you don't pay us for, that you don't value, that you don't see a value in, that the people of Guyana has kept alive. Guess what? We have the lowest deforestation rate in the world. And guess what? Even with our greatest exploration of the oil and gas resource we have now, we will still be net zero. Guyana will still be net zero. With all our exploration, we'll still be net zero.
Powerful words, Mr. President. But
I am not completed as yet. I am not finished as yet. I am just not finished as yet. Because this is the hypocrisy that exists in the world. The world in the last 50 years has lost 65% of all its biodiversity. We have kept our biodiversity. Are you valuing it? Are you ready to pay for it? When is the developed world going to pay for it? Or are you in the pockets? Are you in the pockets of those who have damaged the environment? Are you in the pockets, are you and your system in the pockets of those who destroyed the environment through the Industrial Revolution and now lecturing us? Are you in their pockets? Are you paid by them? Are you paid to keep their message?
Deep down, white supremacists like the Klan and you are fully aware that whiteness in the United States is not something that needs protecting from people of the global majority, much less black people. You are in danger of becoming the minority because you are reaping what you have sown on stolen land with stolen labor, and that you feel comfortable spreading this garbage is what shows that you already know that we who live in the United States spend all the days of our lives living in the infinite grace of black Americans. Because if black Americans possessed one fraction of the cold-bloodedness and the cruelty and the lack of empathy that would motivate them to commit one fraction of the atrocities that people like you have committed, then chattel slavery and Jim Crow could have never been maintained, because they would have shed as much blood to end it as people like you shed starting it. And the fact that didn't happen is not because they are weak. It is not because they are incapable. It is because they are strong and they repeatedly survive with their humanity and their morality intact, and knowing a depth that a person like you will never be able to conceive of. And you resent it, and that's what you are afraid of. So that's why you engage in race to innocence culture to paint yourself as pure and innocent and in need of protection. But we see through you, and we do not pity your victimhood and your fragility, nor do we fear the seething rage that you try to hide, always bubbling under the surface. We are just disgusted at your lack of ability to do anything other than project your own racism and lack of humanity.
Why do white people expect people of color to worship them? You want me to say 3 good things about Europeans after I've just posted a video explaining how the sum of human knowledge is a collective? Why do white people feel the need to center themselves on every conversation? You really truly believe the world would not go around without you people in it? People actually don't need me to say anything good about Europeans. Open any history textbook that's being taught in the schools and you'll find tons of things about all the great things Europeans have done, whilst conveniently ignoring all the atrocities they've committed or making light of them, and absolutely completely ignoring all the investments that people of colors around the world have made. Even when we do make really amazing architecture and beautiful monuments, you would like to theorize that fucking aliens came to this planet and provided us with the technology to create such things because we're just a bunch of dumb monkeys who can't do this on our own. How about this, Peter? I challenge you to say 3 good things about people of color that they've done in the past and 3 good things that they're doing in modern times. Because therein lies the real challenge, confronting your Eurocentrism and your white supremacist ideologies to acknowledge that yes, people of color have actually massively contributed to the collective of human knowledge.